Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Sophie and I'm the co-founder of The Living House. We're an affordable online interior design company and we help families create beautiful homes that are within their budget. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you all our tips and advice on how to choose a rug for your living room. Always check the size rug you need first. I know it seems like an obvious one, but for instance, you could be out shopping one day, you see a rug you absolutely love, but you bring it home and it is tiny because in the shop it looked bigger, so you thought it'd work in your room. So if you're on the lookout for a rug, when you're at home, just quickly measure it out. So use some masking tape, mask out the box of the rectangle of the rug, make sure it's wider than your sofa. But before you do that, look up some generic sizes online. So you'll get a 160 by 240, a 200 by 300 centimetre rug. They vary slightly depending what company it's from, but that'll give you a rough idea whether it's going to work or not, going off the generic sizes. It's really easy to do, and we also recommend this with furniture as well. So if you're looking for a new sofa, but just getting out the tape measure isn't giving you enough of an idea, use masking tape and tape it all out so it gives you a great idea and visual, so you know exactly what it's going to look like. And also, doing this with the rug, you will avoid mistakes. You can order online straight away, you know it's going to be the right size, and you won't have to send anything back, which is always a bonus. We find that rugs can also be a great starting point if you're designing your room from the beginning, because it will help you. You could see a rug that you love and it's got beautiful colours in, a lovely pattern, and it can give you that colour palette that you want for the room. So maybe there's 5 different colours in the rug, and then you can pull out those colours in accent features. So you could have an armchair, say if the rug's got terracotta in it, a terracotta armchair to pick up that, and then the sofa might be neutral because you've got a neutral base in the rug. So you can really play with the colours and bring that into the room, and it can be the beginning of the inspiration you need to design the space. Sometimes we might be designing a room for a customer and there's a beautiful rug that we find and we're like, that's perfect. Then we can draw out those colours into the room. It is a great starting base, and it is a large piece in the room. So if it is quite patterned, you might not want too many other patterns going on in the room, so you can pull out the colours instead. As I said, great starting point, and if you find something you love, then go with it. The size of your rug is so important. If it's too small, it can make or break the room and it will end up looking like a postage stamp. So it needs to be right. What we always say is go large, don't be afraid. You might think, well, that's going to look too big in the room, but it won't. It'll make the room feel bigger. If you go for a rug that is too small, it will only make the room feel smaller because you're cinching it in and zoning in on the really small rug rather than the rug zoning the area. Make sure, this is a big no-no for the living house, that the rug is not floating in the middle. So you may see where there's a tiny rug and then a small coffee table on top. This is going to make the room look smaller, so please avoid this. Go large, and make sure, a good tip to know if it's large enough is that the 2 front feet of your sofa will easily fit on the rug and the rug will go underneath. This will help anchor that space, especially if it is a living dining room and you need to zone it. So please always go large with your rug. This is our top tip and it will instantly transform the room. I hope you're enjoying this video. We upload videos weekly, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. At The Living House, we are always designing rooms for families, especially living rooms. It's a place where your children will be, most likely your pets, so it's a really well-used room, and you don't want a rug that is going to get marked or stained within a few weeks. And also you don't want to be too precious about it. You want to enjoy your family space without worrying something's going to get ruined. So with that being said, washable rugs are the answer to this. They can simply be popped in the washing machine if you get a mark on or you just need a bit of a refresh, and they can easily be cleaned. We particularly love a brand called Ruggable, which do absolutely beautiful designs, so many different patterns to choose from, colours, styles, from traditional, transitional, farmhouse, contemporary, lots to choose from. They are at the higher end, but you have to think of it as It's going to last longer, you're going to be able to wash it, it's going to feel like a brand new rug when you get it out of the washing machine. So it costs more, but it's worth it in the long run, as it should last you a lot longer than a normal rug. Another great place is Dunelm. They do some beautiful rugs as well that are washable now. Lots of other companies are bringing these out as they're just so practical and work so well in a busy family home. Rugs work brilliantly to zone areas in your living room, especially if you have a long rectangle living room. We help so many customers with this shape of room. We know it can be tricky to get right, so rugs will really help you to do that. What you can do is you could have a large rug in your sofa area, and you may have a cosy reading nook with an armchair. You could then use a round circle rug to zone it and anchor that cosy nook. You could also, it could be a jute rug that will bring in a natural texture as well. But what we would say is choose 2 different rugs, don't go for the same. So you may have a living dining room, you have a rug in your sofa area and a rug under your dining table. Please try to avoid choosing the same rug, because it can look a little bit uninteresting, and it just looks so much better when it's mixed up but it still cohesively works together. So top tip is to zone your areas with rugs. They will work so well and really help you to achieve a flow within the room while still keeping the areas zoned. Getting the colours and patterns right does seem quite scary, and it can be tricky if you're not quite sure, or when you're feeling overwhelmed and feeling a bit stuck with the room. And this includes with the rug as well. So don't be afraid to mix up the patterns. You may go for a traditional Oriental style rug, and you may have a checked cushions and striped Roman blind, for instance. This will work. You can mix up the patterns. Avoid the matchy look, because it just doesn't look great. It can look a bit boring and it doesn't look well designed, and it can feel flat. So mix up your patterns from your cushions to your rug to your window treatments. And the rug is obviously going to be a large piece in the room, so make sure you know where you want the most patterned piece to be placed. So just remember that it doesn't need to be plain just because you've got other pattern going on in the room. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and it will give you the tips you can take away to choose a rug for your living room. We are uploading videos weekly, so make sure you hit the subscribe button because we don't want you to miss out.